You're not alone. If you need someone to talk to today, please contact Crisis Services Canada by either calling them at 1-833-456-4566 all hours of the day, or you can text them at 45645 at 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Remember, you're not alone, and Crisis Services Canada is here to help. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. I'm your host, Graeme Forsyth. Today's episode is brought to you by Pure Innata and Evolve Green. In today's edition of Coffee with Graeme, we talk some baseball. I'm going to be sitting down with a pitcher from Winnipeg, Manitoba. He's playing at the NCAA Division I level this season with the Illinois State Redbirds. It's Jordan Lussier. I had a chance to ask Jordan in today's episode about how his season has been going with the Redbirds so far this season. We also dive into all the other places he's had a chance to play in his baseball career, all coming up on this edition of Coffee with Graeme with number 28 of the Illinois State Redbirds, Jordan Lussier, here on ASTV Productions. Jordan, pitcher from Winnipeg, Manitoba, has had a chance to play for many teams throughout his baseball career. Jordan, thank you so much for joining me on the show today. How are you doing, man? How's that D1 lifestyle treating you?
It's going pretty good. I'm liking it down here. Some of the days are pretty long, but it's a lot of fun. So I really enjoy being down here and everything that happens. So
Yeah, for sure. And it seems like it's enjoyable for you just start a new chapter in your life. Of course, you were in
for sure.
Phoenix last year. You
Yeah.
have a chance to move away from there and play for Illinois State now. How was that experience like last year playing your first years of college ball in Phoenix?
It was awesome. It's a lot different than being in Winnipeg, moving down to Phoenix. So it was a really good experience being down there, and being able to play baseball outside all year round was pretty nice. So I really enjoyed it last year.
Yeah, I bet. Lots of hot weather all year around there in Phoenix. And that wasn't your first time moving away from Winnipeg, Manitoba. You had a chance to play for the Okotoks Dawgs in your high school days. Just what were those experiences like, going just moving away from home and pursuing that to just further your development in baseball?
Yeah, that was tough at the start with like moving away from home. It's so young and trying to adapt to a new situation and everything about that. But once I got used to it and everything there was really well done, everything there was I really enjoyed it. So all the coaches were really good to me and they helped me with my transition over there and allowed me to become a lot better baseball player and work out every day and do everything that I needed to do to be able to be where I am now. So that was a great experience in my life and something I'm very happy that I did. So
Yeah, I bet just getting that opportunity to further your development in baseball, just as a player, as a pitcher, just for you, how did come for you the opportunity to make that move out to playing for Okotoks?
when I was in grade 9, I worked out with a team in Winnipeg, the Home Run Sports Training Academy. So our coach John Ali kind of had connections with them, and so they came out one time and watched us play, watched us practice, and started talking to me then, and started talking to my parents. And for the next 2 years, we talked to them on and off, and tried to get me to come out there. So in grade 11, I made the decision to move out there, and that's how it all went down.
And you spoke about just the development and how it made you a better ball player. Could you speak about just what parts of your game developed the most throughout your time of playing there?
Um, I think the biggest thing was being able to play against higher competition, being able to play against some teams down in the States more often and stuff like that, where I could improve my skills and play against teams that were better, maybe better than we are, and kind of learn from them and have more like aggressive teams where I had to pitch better, had to play better to be able to beat them. So I learned a lot from that experience and just was able to build confidence for myself and everything about that. So I think that was the biggest thing that happened out there.
And there's like numerous age levels in the academy that you would
hmm
play at. Which age level were you playing at the whole
I
time?
played
Did you switch up or yeah?
no, I played for the 18U, the black team out there. So that was their top team, and that's what I played for the whole time I was out there. Then we had a red team, and then a younger 16U team, and then some bantam teams and stuff like that. But I only played for the one team when I was out there.
So when you were at that young age of when you started out there, just what was that like just going against older competition back then?
I've kind of done that my whole life, played against older kids, and so that wasn't a big experience for me. It just I was kind of used to it and enjoyed playing against people that were older than me and working hard to try and be as good as they were and having them like push me to become a better baseball player just by watching what they did and trying to do the things they did when I was younger. So
Well, in your senior season, just you record an ERA of .90, which is absolutely insane. I mean, those are numbers that I'm putting up in my MLB The Show career, which is crazy. You had
thank you.
61 strikeouts, over 46.2 innings as a senior. You know, well, in 46.2 innings as a senior. You guys ended up being the best of the West runner-up and
Mhm.
then 18U BCS national champions as a senior as well, and the team was best of the West champions. So just what was that experience like? Just being able to compete in the 18U BCS national championships as a senior, be national champions. Just that whole experience.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was a really exciting weekend where we got to go down and everything worked out that weekend. We played really really well and beat some teams that were really good and we're able to beat them and it was just a very exciting weekend to be down there and be playing baseball in Florida and it was a fun time. So
And do you think that was maybe one of the coolest experiences of just going to that academy, just being able to travel to places like Florida
yeah,
and just all these different places?
yeah, for sure. It was awesome. The places we got to go with them and teams we got to play was really really cool. So
And it seemed like in that senior season, you were at your peak with the numbers that I just brought up a moment ago. Just what was it like for you? Just the satisfaction of knowing you reached that type of level you did in that last season with all the work that you put in leading up to that year.
yeah, it felt really good to be able to pitch that well that year. I knew I'd worked hard and I'd done everything I could to put myself in the position to do that. So it was exciting to see that all pan out and see how well it went that year.
Why go solar? Solar is better than ever. Our revolutionary design and inverter equipment with the latest in solar panel technology for the ultimate in-home and business security. That's right, I said security. Grid security and security of your home are linked. Fortify your future today with a battery backup system. No maintenance, quiet running. Did you know in Manitoba, grid-connected, off-grid, and battery backup systems are 100% right off in the year you purchase for any company or farm? Do you want to back up your internet, keep your tills running, and the lights on? We can install a system that is right for you with battery backup fully capable of taking on all those essential loads and keeping you running. When you call our experts at Evolve Green, ask about getting your free energy audit today. Call or email today to find out what system works best for you. 1-866-5EVOLVE or support@evolvegreen.ca. Also, be sure to check out our website at www.evolvegreen.ca.
Back here on this edition of Coffee with Graeme with Jordan Lussier, pitcher from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 28 for the Illinois State Redbirds. And I've just been talking to Jordan about his time playing for Okotoks, the Okotoks Dawgs, their 18U team. And now we're going to dive into just the time before playing for Okotoks, your time spent in Winnipeg playing ball. So what was it like for Jordan Lussier growing up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, playing his baseball?
It was pretty good. It was a lot of fun playing baseball here in Winnipeg. I made a lot of friends growing up, just playing baseball, being around them all the time. We had pretty much the same team since I was 11 or 12, but I moved up all the way till I was 17, 18 years old playing with them. So that was a lot of fun to just be around them all the time and get to know them for who they were and be able to play baseball with them. So it was really good being able to play baseball in Winnipeg and in the small community that plays here. So
Yeah, for sure. And you had a chance to play for the Bonivital Black Sox, which, like you said, you had a lot of great years playing there. Just could you speak about that organization and just how that organization would just treat the players, like the coaches and stuff?
it was always really good with them. They always had a lot of really good coaches that they hired to help us, and I've still talked to some of my coaches from Bonivital that still like want to look out and see how I'm doing, and it means a lot that they still look out for me and still worried about what I'm doing. So they've always been really good to me and all our teammates, and everything about them has been really good.
So that was AAA ball you were playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting to play AAA ball, just getting to develop throughout those years. I mean, you had a chance to win Pee Wee Player of the Year. Just with all that experience on your belt, just talk about how you were able to develop as a ball player with Bonifatel.
I learned a lot playing with them, and just from being a young kid who knew how to play baseball but wasn't very developed, wasn't very polished as a baseball player, and being able to be out there all the time and learn a lot about the game and everything, all the little things that I should be doing to become a good baseball player. I mean, it took a lot of work, but we put it in every year. So
Yeah, and it seemed like it all came together in that season that you won Pee Wee Player of the Year. Just how much of an honor was that for you? Just knowing that you're just getting to be named that Pee Wee Player of the Year, getting recognized for just all the work you were putting in back
yeah,
then.
for sure, that was pretty cool, especially being that young. And we didn't really play like everybody. It just felt cool like, to get that honor and be able to tell my friends that was what I got. So it was an exciting time.
Yeah, for sure. A great moment to just tell your friends, share it with your family, and for
For
you
sure.
just getting to win the award. Just
For
an
sure.
unreal experience for you. Did you guys have a chance to win any championships as your time being a Bonivitel Black Sox?
Yeah, we won quite a few. We won provincials a couple times. We were able to go to nationals and play against everybody in Canada. I think in my first year, when I was 14. So that was a really cool experience being able to go out there and with all our teammates and play everybody else, and it was a fun experience.
Yeah, that's unreal. Just getting to win
Yeah.
provincials, getting to go in nationals, just those experiences at such a young age. Just what did those mean for you?
It really helped me become the baseball player I am now, being able to play everybody and seeing all these different things and playing that higher competition again. That really helped me to try and work harder to be as good as some of these other players that I saw, and wasn't the best anymore. I had to try and work as hard as I could to be as good as I could. So it really showed me a lot and helped me become who I am today. So
You had a chance to play for Team Manitoba and represent your province. Obviously, a huge honor for any athlete to represent their province and their sport that they play in. You guys ended up going all the way to the finals, unfortunately losing in that championship game. But just what was that experience like? Just getting to go out and represent your home province of Manitoba and the sport you love.
it was a really, really cool experience for me at a young age to be able to represent Manitoba in Winnipeg in front of all our hometown fans and all the all the people I'd grown up with. Me coming to the game and seeing me pitch and watching me be out there, and it was really cool to see. In the semifinal, we had around 4,000 people at the game. In the final, there was around 7,000, and just learning how to pitch in that kind of environment where that many people are cheering for you, and it's almost a shock at the start, but once you get used to it and realize it's just baseball, it was a lot of fun to learn that at a young age and be able to play in front of all those people there in Winnipeg. So that was really cool for me.
Yeah, that's insane with it being here in Winnipeg, just getting to play in front of a packed house. Just in that final game, with you guys not being able to come away with a W, obviously disappointing. But just take me through what that game was like and what that experience was like of playing in a championship game.
Yeah, just walking to the stadium and seeing everybody and seeing everything going on was a really cool first experience. And obviously, it hurt then to lose that game, but looking back on it, it was a really crazy experience that I got to be involved in, and just hearing the fans and something I'll never forget. Sitting on the bench there watching that game and just a crazy, crazy experience.
And, how did you feel like those experiences, like you said, like basically every experiences you've had in baseball has really shaped you as the ball player you are today. Just what in those experiences in particular shaped you as the type of baseball player you are today? Just going through those experiences of playing the best of the best back then and just of playing in front of crowds like that.
It's really helped me build my confidence as a baseball player because now it's almost like there's nothing that I haven't seen. I can go out and I can be confident in any situation against any team and trust myself because I know I've done it before and I know I can do it again. So it just the confidence that I have as a baseball player now has gotten a lot higher since I was a kid, and it keeps going up. So
You've had a chance to play in the MJBL as well for
yeah,
the St. Boniface Legionnaires. Just talk about how that league gives players opportunities, and it gave you some opportunities as well to further your baseball career.
yeah, it was awesome, especially this last year with COVID. It was hard to find anywhere to play baseball to do anything. So they gave me an opportunity to play with Legionnaires, and it was a great season being out there all the time and just being able to play baseball when everything was going on with COVID. Nobody could really be out. There wasn't many people that had that opportunity that I know of to play baseball. So they gave me a great opportunity, and a bunch of other guys a great opportunity to keep playing and find something to do instead of just staying home with all the COVID going on. So it really was an awesome opportunity that they gave me.
Yeah, and the MJBL league where a lot of college players come down to play in that league when they get a chance to just could you speak about the level of competition in that league, just the level of competition that you saw while you were playing with St. Boniface?
Yeah, it was really good. There's lots of guys from different colleges that are coming home back to Winnipeg and become better baseball players out in college and are coming home trying to compete against the guys they've competed against when they're kids. And it's fun to see everybody and how much they've all improved. Play against them again and let's do whatever we can to beat each other again one more time.
Yeah, for sure. Always nice to build that
Yeah.
competition. For sure, no doubt about it. Let's move into your first season of college ball with Chandler-Gilbert Community College. Just your move out to Phoenix, just moving really far away from home. Just what was that? What was that adjustment like? Just transitioning into playing your first year of college ball with this team, and just the opportunities that they gave you.
Mhm. It was nice for me to be able to move down there because my grandparents go down there every winter, so they had a place
Yeah.
down there, and so I was very far from home, but there was a little bit of home that came with me. So but being down there in Chandler Gilbert, the coaches were all super good to me, and they gave me opportunities to play and prove what I could do. Being from Canada, coming all the way down there, there's a lot of baseball players down there, but they gave me every opportunity they could, and it was really a perfect fit for me as a baseball player.
Yeah, and you made 6 appearances, including 5 starts. You posted 41 strikeouts and 1.67 ERA over 27 innings. Just for you to have that type of impact in your first year of playing college ball against American competition. What was that like for you? Just being able to have that type of resume, have that type of stat line for your confidence.
Yeah, it was exciting to go down there and have success right away and work. I worked hard all fall to make sure I was in shape to do that, and just being able to go out there and pitch as well as I did was really exciting, and it felt really good to know that all the hard work I had over all the years was paying off in my college career too. So it was exciting. It was an exciting time for me.
Let's speak about that hard work that you put in, just the regimen that you have of just training, in terms of just your baseball and just going into the gym, stuff like that. Can you speak about just how it's changed over the year of you just upping the routine and stuff like that?
Sure. The biggest thing for me was being able to get into the gym when I was probably 13 or 14 when I first got in the gym. 'Cause I was very skinny as a kid, and just being able to put on some weight and get a lot stronger and be able to play baseball that way where I'm a lot stronger. I have a lot more I can do on the field versus when I was just a kid and I couldn't really do any of that. So I started working out a lot. And once I started working out, everything kind of fell into place. I could work hard with my swing and be a lot stronger with my swing. And then now I'm just a pitcher, but working on all that stuff where I just got stronger, my legs got stronger. I started to throw harder and being able to just like that velocity jump, which really helped me be able to beat hitters that way instead of having to just learn to pitch, which I started to do probably when I was younger, which really has helped me now because I can throw my curveball for a strike, and I can throw a changeup, and I know how to do all those things. So now I'm throwing a little bit harder. It really helps me a lot to be able to do all those different things on the mound. So
How has the pitch selection changed throughout the years for you with you just adding pitches to your bag? Just how have you felt that adding pitches like you have has benefited you as a pitcher,
for
just having
sure.
the selection you have?
For sure. I started out when I was a kid. I threw mostly fastballs. Sometimes I throw a changeup, but I was mostly just fastballs. And then as I started to get up, I was more fastball changeup, and I threw more of a curveball. I was more of a slow curveball with my fastball. So until about I think my senior year of high school, I started throwing a slider. So I'm right now I'm fastball changeup slider is what I throw on the mound, and just learning how to control those and what situations to throw those pitches has helped me a lot to become more effective on the mound.
What would you say is your favorite pitch to throw out there out of those three?
It's definitely a slider. Definitely a slider.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's my go-to pitch most of the time to get a strikeout or to get ahead or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Classic, the classic punch out slider, always a good choice
exactly.
for sure. And it seems like
Mhm.
it has worked for you with the number of strikeouts that you've been able to throw throughout your time of just playing in baseball. Just talking about the mental side of things now, of course, the mental side of things in sports is, I think it's very important. I think sometimes maybe even more important than the physical aspect of the game. Could you speak about for yourself, especially as a pitcher, just being able to be mentally strong out there on the mound, whether, after you give up a hit, a home run, just trying to bounce back? Can you speak about just the mental part of your game?
Yeah, it's definitely tough, and it's a tough thing to learn to be able to do. Is when you give up hits or when you give up home runs to be able to still be confident in yourself on the mound. That's something that's very important to learn at a young age and to help you out when you get older, because confidence is a huge thing. You'll see it a lot, like in baseball, when certain guys start to have a couple bad outings, then the confidence levels go down. It's really hard to get them back. It's really hard to pitch when you're not very confident. So something I've learned throughout the years is just being able to stay confident and trust myself, even if I'm giving up hits or I'm giving up home runs. Just trust that I've done it before and I can do it again and I can keep going. So
Does the mental side of the game, like, of course, you need it on, firing on all cylinders in game, but does it start even before then, before the game even starts?
yeah, for me, it's like I try not think about it too much before the game starts and try and stay calm and not let myself get all worked up and get all too focused on the game right away where it's almost I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm getting myself nervous. But about like half an hour before the game, I'll start to really focus and get myself in the state that I need to be in to be out there on the mound. So it takes a while, but once I get ready to go, I stay pretty locked in for the rest of the game.
Let's move into just how the team did, Chandler-Gilbert Community College last season. How do you guys fare in the competition that you guys played against and just the season that you had?
Um, we did pretty well to start in our non-conference play, and then we started to struggle a little bit once conference came around. We were really starting to pick things up at the end before COVID hit, and we had to cancel the season. But we were looking pretty good, and we had some really good players that I think would have helped us in the long run. So it was tough that the season got canceled the way it did, and we didn't get to see what would happen throughout the rest of the year.
And of course, throughout the ups and downs of that season, just how would you say that you handled the adjustments of playing against some non-conference teams versus playing in conference?
Right. For me, it was about the same. It's just you gotta be ready to go for every game, and you gotta try and keep the same mindset and try and go out there and win every game that you can. So I try to keep the same mindset all the time and stay focused as much as possible throughout every game.
After the season you had with Chandler-Gilbert, you make the decision to commit to the Illinois State Redbirds. Just what went into that decision to take your talents there?
That was a tough one. With COVID and everything, they canceled the sports down in Chandler-Gilbert pretty early last year. So they didn't have anything going on down there. So I had to try and find somewhere to go. And one of the coaches here, TJ, he actually went to the same junior college as I did. So our coaches got in contact with him and we started talking. Probably started middle of July. We started talking, and I was down here in a room ready to quarantine and getting ready for the season by the end of July. It was a pretty quick process, but I think it was a great fit for me and it's worked out. So I'm really happy with the decision I made.
How nice has that been for you, just having an ability to fall back on connections like that to be able
Yeah,
to make a decision like this?
for sure. Yeah, it's helped a lot where people still talk to me, like stay in touch with me, and they want to help me as much as they can. And it's been awesome to be able to have all that help throughout all this because it was tough to navigate, but I had a lot of people that's helping me and giving me advice on what I should do, and it helped me so much to be able to make the decision to get down here. So
Just with this year playing D1 baseball for this Redbirds team, you've had a chance to go 6-2 and 13 appearances. You've had 12 starts, pitched 63.2 innings, given up 63 hits, 30 runs, 29 earned runs, 9 home runs, have walked 24 batters, and have 60 strikeouts. So just for you this season, what have you found has been the biggest adjustment to just adjusting to this new environment this season and to just going out and playing your game?
The toughest thing for me is as a pitcher right now is facing all these lineups where there's no easy outs in these lineups. There's everybody can hit, and it's playing D1 baseball against all these guys. You got to be ready to pitch 1 through 9 as hard with the same mentality, and it's been that's the hardest thing I think I've had to adjust to is having to pitch to all these guys and having all of them be able to hit and being worried about every single one of them as they come to the plate. So
For this Redbirds team this season, you guys have gone 21 and 30, 11 and 13 in conference. Just what's it been like through the ups and downs of this season of just handling the struggles at times?
right, for sure, it's been tough at times to find ways to win games, to be able to just grind through maybe the tough games and find ways to come out with a couple wins out of a weekend and stuff like that has been pretty tough. But we've been looking pretty good. The last weekend looked really well and it's really good. And we're moving into conference pretty soon after this weekend. So hopefully we can keep things going and maybe pull something out in conference. So we'll see what happens.
Just looking at this team, the makeup of it, from the pitching to the infield, the outfield, and the batting, just how confident are you in this team being able to possibly make a little run here as the season moves along?
We got a lot of talent as a team, and it hasn't all come together at all at certain points throughout the season. But lately, it's been coming together, and hopefully, we can keep things going and keep trusting our talent and playing the big games, and hopefully, we can make a little run and see what happens. So
Yeah, for sure. And just throughout this first year of you experiencing being in Illinois State or going to Illinois State, just with the schooling along with baseball, just how's it been just being able to juggle the everyday schedule and to just manage your time and that type of stuff?
it was something to adjust to for sure, and especially with everything being online, it's tough to. You don't always want to do school all the time after weights in the morning or whatever. It's tough to make to motivate yourself to do it, but once you adjust and get yourself in a schedule, it worked pretty good for me. I was able to manage my time and stay on top of school and still be able to work out all the time and improve my baseball skills. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure. And just for you making another move away, like you were in Phoenix last year, you're now at with Illinois State this year. You had that experience at such an early age of moving away from home and going to Okotoks. Just do you feel like the experiences you've had of just being independent and moving away from home at this point, those experiences have helped you adjust to that aspect of things better?
Yeah, for sure. Just being able to become independent and learn how to do the different things that maybe some people don't know how to do and figure out things on my own really helped me from a young age where now like all my moves are pretty easy. It's just easier to get adjusted to new places and easier to do all that. So I think it's really helped me where I can just adjust to a new place and just focus on baseball and school and everything else that I need to do instead of trying to learn how to do the new things in a new place.
And for you, coming into this year, coming into a new environment, just the expectations that you had for yourself, would you say that you've been able to meet a lot of the expectations that you set for yourself this year, or would you
Yeah,
say that there's been some things that you've kind of fallen short on?
I feel like as for this year, I've met all my expectations. Being able to start for this team and as a freshman was really exciting and something that I worked really hard for and it was something that definitely met the expectations I set for myself when I came here and I was really hoping that would happen. So
Yeah, for sure. I'd say you've met your expectations very well with just the stats you've been able to put up in your first season of playing for this Illinois State Redbirds team. Just You know, for moving into your baseball career with this team, what would you say are the biggest goals for you heading forward in your career here with the Redbirds?
Just become a leader for the team and help the new guys and hopefully make a run at something this year and even in the years to come. Me being able to pitch with me being able to pitch and hopefully keep doing well as a Redbird. So
Well, yeah, for sure, and it's going to be awesome to see how you're going to develop throughout your years here with Illinois State. Jordan, thank you so much for joining me on the show today. It was awesome to have you, and I wish you and your team all the best moving forward for the rest of the season this year.
awesome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So this was Jordan Lussier, starting pitcher for a D1 school, Illinois State. Their team, the Redbirds. It's going to be, of course, awesome to see what this team's going to be able to do. But yeah, I'm going to let Jordan go now. I'm going to go to throw it to one more commercial break here in the show. I'll be back for some final words here on this edition of Coffee with Graeme on ASTV. Stick with us. Welcome back to this edition of Coffee with Graeme on ASTV Productions. Of course, Jordan Lussier joined me on today's show. I want to thank him for coming on and being the guest in this episode. I also want to wish him and his team the best of luck in their upcoming matchup today at 11 a.m. against the Bradley Braves. I want to also thank you, the viewer, for tuning in, and I also want to thank our sponsors in Purinata and Evolve Green for sponsoring today's episode. I'll be back on the network next week on Tuesday for another edition of Coffee with Graeme at 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. You can catch that one on our Facebook at ASTV Productions, or you can check it out on our website at astvproductions.com. But until Tuesday, folks, I've been your host of Coffee with Graeme, Graeme Forsyth, signing off now. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and also enjoy your weekend as well, folks. Have a good one. I'll see you Tuesday.